This is the WWE NXT February 25, 2025 full show results video. The show started with a match between Carmen Petrovic vs Stephanie Vaquer for the NXT Women's North American Championship. Vaquer goes with a side headlock, shot off, shoulder block, drop down, duck under, Stephanie counters the pin, reversed, side kick from Petrovic. Then Vaquer with a dropkick and some lariats, back suplex, getting ahead of steam together, the figure 4 head scissors smashes follow. Corner knees, getting her into position, desperate elbow from Petrovic but Stephanie hauls off with a headbutt and a slap. Charging in, stepping up, Carmen blasts her with a high roundhouse and follows it with a handstand victory roll. Dragging Petrovic into the ropes, tiger feint kick connects. Springboard back in, but Carmen cuts her down with a super kick but can't keep her down. In the end, Petrovic blocks a kick, whip reversed, kick caught, Vaquer grabs the other leg and lands the dragon screw, then packaging her and Stephanie Vaquer defeated Carmen Petrovic by pinfall with SBB, retaining the NXT Women's North American Championship. Post-match, Julia makes her entrance, mic in hand, and she congratulates Stephanie on her win and says she's the best champion, but she's not, because she is. Vaquer says La Primera means champion of champions and Julia asks why they don't find out who the best woman is. Stephanie says they're friends, but it should be title versus title, champion versus champion. We see Jordynne Grace chatting with Santino Marella about the NXT TNA agreement. Marella says something about the Hard Boys being on NXT and Lola Vice rolls up to demand a match and she doesn't care on what show. Grace tries to brush her off and says she's a better pageant queen than a liar and challenges her to a match. Santino has to use his free hand to keep the Cobra under control, Jordynne is insulted, and Vice says she'll see her tonight. Lexis King in braided pigtails like a demented hair metal Pippi Longstocking for some reason rolls up on Oba Femi backstage. He's challenging Femi to a match on the basis of ruler versus king. The next match happened between Lexis King vs Moose for the TNA X Division Championship. The match ended when Lexis snaps off a Frankensteiner for a near fall, dive to the floor, back inside with a diving crossbody, cover for 2. Moose dives, release powerbomb, cover, but not enough, then King on the comeback, coronation, but Moose kicks out, goes for second try, back body drop, off the ropes, but Moose counters and won the match by pinfall with the spear, retaining the TNA X Division Championship. Post-match, Oba Femi comes down to go face-to-face with Moose and he congratulates Moose on making it past Lexis King and wants to focus on what matters, the two of them, what everybody wants. He says Ava Raine made it official, in 2 weeks at Roadblock, it'll be title versus title. We get a promo from Sean Spears where he talks up all of his allies, Brooks Jensen, Nico Vance, and Izzy Dame, before saying the last pieces for him to win the NXT North American Championship from Tony D'Angelo. Jordynne Grace makes her entrance and gets on the mic and she says she knew exactly where she belonged from the moment she first stepped into a WWE ring last year. She was an outsider carrying an entire company on her back, but after some time in the NXT women's locker room, feeling the hunger, she knew she had to be part of it, so she didn't hesitate when it came time to put pen to paper. She had one thought, one singular goal, to become a champion in what she truly believes is the best women's division in the world. The last time she was standing here it was between two women like nothing we've seen before, but she knows that Julia and Stephanie Vaquer felt the shift, they felt the foundation they laid beginning to crack when she arrived. Whether they like it or not, it's only a matter of time before she's standing across from one of them in the ring. A juggernaut is unstoppable and it's time that she finally, and then comes Roxanne Perez. She wanted to be the first to welcome Jordynne back and says it only makes sense, she outgrew where she came from and any female wrestler knows that NXT is the place to be. Everyone wants to be part of the division that she made famous. Grace asks her, if this is her division, where is her title? Perez asks if she means the title she couldn't beat her for and tells her not to make her send her packing back to TNA. There's a gap between them that's been there since last year and it's still there, and that's why she's gonna win at Elimination Chamber and go on to become the WWE Women's World Champion at WrestleMania. And then if she feels like it she might just become a 3-time NXT Women's Champion and have everyone calling her Roxy 2 belts. Jordynne says there's a famous saying that everyone has a plan until she punches Roxanne in the face and Roxanne bails. Trick Williams is on his phone lamenting his lack of success when J. Yvonne Evans rolls up. Williams takes what J. Yvonne is saying wrong and says they're not the same. Evans is fighting over a smile and he's fighting for a title and he best stay in his lane. J. Yvonne steps up to him and Ricky Saints rolls up and extends a hand but Trick just says he heard about him and leaves him hanging. Back from the commercial, Jada Parker is interviewed backstage and she says Kalani Jordan had the right idea but the wrong one and she's lost her damn mind since she lost the title. She got butthurt because she brushed her off like the gnat that she is and says in NXT, Jordan ain't her and she's gonna find out that Jada Parker don't play. The next match happened between Hardy Boyz vs No Quarter Catch Crew, and the result of this match was Hardy Boyz won the match by pinfall with a lateral press from Matt Hardy on Miles Bourne. Post-match, Fraxium get in the ring with the Hart as an Axiom congratulates them and welcomes them to NXT. Matt Hardy thanks him and says he loves NXT so far and he's watched them defend their titles and they're killing it on a damn impressive run. Nathan Fraser says they're the greatest tag team in the world today, standing face to face with the greatest tag team of all time. Jeff wants to skip the small talk and book the match to find out who the best tag team in the world is, and then comes TNA Director of Fun Authority Santino Marella. Santino says he and Ava have made a big decision for Roadblock Fraxium versus the Hard Boys at Roadblock with the TNA World Tag Team Championship on the line and both teams shake hands about it. The D'Angelo family are chatting in the restaurant about what happened last week when Tony D'Angelo rolls up. Stax tries to apologize but Tony says you can't win 'em all and he appreciates what he did last week but it's on him to make it right. We get footage from over the weekend of Chelsea Green and Piper Niven clashing with Sol Ruca and Zarya. Piper pulls a tiny baby blue stun gun on them and it's weirdly horny for a moment before going back to the usual pro wrestling "we're better than you" posturing and Niven agreeing to a tag match. The next match happened between Ariana Grace versus Lola Vice, and the result of this match was Lola Vice defeated Ariana Grace by pinfall with a spinning backfist. Back from the commercial we get an Eddie Thorpe promo about how Native Americans once lived here in Ohio but were forced out and displaced west, which reminds him of how he beat Trick Williams but the powers that be still deny him opportunities to win the title. He beat Trick fair and square with his strap, and if he has to do this again, he wants him just as bad as he wants him. Ava Raine is interviewed from the Auckland position and she has a few announcements for us. She makes both Femi vs Moose and the Julia vs Vacker title match official for Roadblock. In the main event of the show, we saw a match between All Ego Ethan Page and Wes Lee vs J. Yvonne Evans and Absolute Ricky Saints. Heels in control, working J. Yvonne over at length until Saints gets the hot tag. Tilt-a-whirl gutbuster, off the ropes, big lariat, All Ego breaks it up. Evans with a Superman punch and a suicide dive, taking it to Page over the barricade and into the crowd. Wes with an Enzwajiri, posting Ricky, he ducks under, big tossing powerbomb, fending off DuPont and Agui. Wesley charges in with double knees but Saints kicks out and then Ricky presses the attack and J. Yvonne Evans and Ricky Saints won the match by pinfall with Rochambeau from Saints on Wesley. Ricky celebrates and the show goes off the air. On a scale 1 to 10, how much you would rate this week's NXT show? Let me know in the comments. Do not forget to subscribe the channel because this gives me a motivation to deliver the content consistently. Please like the video, and thanks for watching.